Hey, hey. Welcome to the She Pub Network where we talk books, authors, and publishers. I am Shanita Finesse, CEO and founder of She Publishing LLC. And this is season 4, y'all. So we are starting out with a bang for this particular season. We are moving into the 4-year anniversary of She Publishing LLC. And the first guest that we have on the show tonight is Mr. Bobby McNeil.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey. Well, look, welcome. Thank you for launching season 4 of She Publishing LLC. It is such an honor to have you on the show this season.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Man, so I hear you got something special to share tonight.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, so I know many people, a lot of my followers, close friends and family, they know I've been writing a book over the last, handful of months. So still going through the process as a new author, and I've identified a cover thanks to She Publishing. Shout out to you all for helping with the graphic design and everything, and we're ready to reveal it. So yeah, that's what we're doing today.
All right. Well, we got to keep them on their toes for a little minute, right? We just can't
Mhm.
dive into it just yet. But I do have a couple of questions for you because I'd really like to know, first of all, a little bit about yourself and your story before we jump into it. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Bobby.
Yeah, so I'm a North Carolina native, born and raised in North Carolina. I'm from a small town called Fuquay Varina, just south of Raleigh, North Carolina. I live in Raleigh now, and I was kind of starting off as a child. I was a star athlete earlier in my career. Played college basketball. You see my jersey back there; it's my college jersey. My high school jersey is over here. But I was a ball player, before I was a tech recruiter and before I was an author, so won the NCAA Division II national championship with the Barton College Bulldogs, and then started my career. And I've been in the tech recruiting space for about 15 years. So I've
Wow.
managed recruiters. I've done tech recruiting myself. I've had some candid conversations with some CEOs and some CHROs and some owners and some directors and things like that. I've traveled a lot. I'm an industry leader, award-winning industry leader in the DE&I space, and helping people get into the tech space. So I lead one of the largest Black tech organizations in the world, here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm on a tech board advisor, and I do all those different things. So I'm excited about my journey, and the book, that I'm writing is going to kind of really encompassate all of that.
Wow. So I'm quite impressive. Your resume is quite impressive.
Yeah, thank you. I've done a
It, it
lot. I've done a lot.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is something. It's like how does one get so much under their belt in so little time? I mean, you're just a baby, right?
Yeah, I guess you could call me that. I guess so. I guess
Well,
so.
I'm just
Black
joking.
don't crack. You know, I
That's
guess
what
you
it
could say
is.
that. You know, drink a lot of water.
Well, that's what's up. So,
Yeah.
what's the title of your book?
Yeah. So the title of my book is "Cracking the Code: 10 Possible Reasons You Didn't Get the Job." So,
All right.
as everybody knows, I'm a tech recruiter, career coach, influencer, kind of voice in the industry and things like that. And when I was thinking of the title for the book, the cracking the code piece, it was really, kind of being that truth teller and really revealing to people things that they need that will help them and like push them forward along in their career, any career that you have, right? And also coming from the tech space, most of my career has been in tech. Cracking the code, that's kind of a play on, coding, software development, things like that. But then, 10 possible reasons you didn't get the job, it's possible reasons, right? So there's more reasons, but throughout my career, 15-year career, all these conversations that I've had, all the places I've traveled, all the speaking engagements I've had, the numerous candidates I've talked to, the numerous resumes that I've talked to, the candid conversations I've had with hiring managers and people who actually make the decisions, right? People who actually press the red button on a hire, or press the green button, taking all these things and putting it in this book. And these are the 10 possible reasons, right? These are the most prevalent reasons I've seen throughout my career, even talking to my peers. So what we do in this book, or what I do in this book rather, is that we reverse engineer it, because a lot of times people tell you how to do things or what to do, but they don't tell you why something may not have happened for you, right? So I think it's important for people to know the why before you help them along on the how and the what, right? So that's what we
Right.
we start from the beginning and then we move forward.
So, do you think that I mean, for the viewer, and actually for the viewers who are watching, make sure you put your name in the chat. If you have any questions for Bobby, I want you guys to ask those questions. Hey, Anita Jameson. She says hi, but if you all are out there, put your name, where you're from, and if you have a question for Bobby, definitely ask that question. So for me, I guess what I'm wondering, and this is back to the book, because I cannot wait to it is released myself. Um, but one of the things I always wondered is, when you don't get the job, does that necessarily mean you didn't do something that you were not supposed to do? Like, what's your take on that?
Well, in some cases, yeah. And then there's also outside factors that have nothing to really do with you. They're just business cases. They're business reasons. They're environmental reasons that go beyond, what you do day in and day out, and the book touches into that as well. We touch on these 10 reasons, but what I also do as well is just try to elaborate and also try to crystallize that there are additional reasons, and these are some of the things that can happen. But the 10 reasons are really, what I've seen, things that people, certain pitfalls or certain mistakes people may have made that they may not be
Mm-hmm.
aware of. And there's a lot of advice and a lot of things and a lot of noise, out there in the world about all these different types of things, right? So, but this book really kind of dives into that, right? I tell you why, but then I also give you personal accounts from my experience, even as a job seeker myself. We've all been a job seeker at one point in our career, right? And
Right.
also, on the other side of the table, from a recruiting perspective, things that I've taught people that have worked, right? So sometimes it is these 10 reasons more so dive into some of the things that a job seeker or a career transitioner may have done. But we definitely, in this book, elaborate a little bit more on some of the environmental things that can go on as well. Because really the book is about, just really demystifying any preconceived notions, any negative thoughts and things like that. So, and just really kind of bringing that forward.
Yeah. I love that. And I love the fact that your book, it can really be for the younger person or the person who's been in a job for maybe 20
Mhm.
years.
Mhm.
And you know how that could be.
Yeah.
You don't know what the resume should look like, and all of that. And I know you touch on a lot of that in the book.
Mhm.
And that's really important. So as far as the book cover, as far as the book cover, and because I want people to know a realistic situation, how a realistic situation goes. It's not always necessarily you see the cover and you're like, wow.
Mhm.
So sometimes it takes a little time to go through selecting a book cover and all this. So how many iterations of it did you go through, and what made you say this is the one?
Yeah, I think we went through maybe, I think, like maybe 6 or 7 maybe different versions.
Yeah.
Um, and it's interesting, like, as you're writing, or even before you start the writing process, you have this image of what you think you want as a book cover, but, like, when you go through it, and then it's like, wow, actually I want this. So it's kind of like a creative process where you think you may want it to look this way and have these colors, but once you start getting into writing and you really starting to see that story unfold, it's like, okay, wait a minute, let's recalibrate. The cover needs to look like this, right? Because the
Yes.
cover, it always says don't judge a book by its cover, right? but you have the cover, but you want to really to represent what's inside the book, the contents, right? So you wanted to kind of be relatable in that way. But we went through like maybe 6 or 7, kind of different colors, pictures, graphics, the font, the size of the font, different things, like all those different things that go into creating a book cover. So it was a process, but I think we got the right one.
Yeah, I think we pretty much nailed it, you know?
Yeah, sure.
So, let me see without me revealing. When it's time to create the actual book cover, you got to pick the graphics, you got to pick the fonts and different things like that. What is the font meaningful to you on your cover?
Yeah, yeah,
And
definitely. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I ain't
no, and why? That's all.
okay. Yeah, so I think like the font was definitely important, because the font is going to have your name and the title of the book. The font for me, I want it to really be like commanding. I wanted it to be, eye catching. I wanted somebody, if they saw it at a Barnes and Noble, or if they saw it on Amazon.com, or if they saw it at a Target, it'll make them kind of stop. Ooh, what is this? And I wanted to pick a font that was like very regal, very like kind of like king like, you know. I was thinking about like and I hopefully I ain't giving away too much when I say this, but kind of like the Godfather movie poster, you know what I'm saying? Like the
You
font.
done gave it away. Spoiler
The-
alert.
Spoiler alert, but it says something. Like the font, it just says something. It sets the tone for like, the book, and what you're about to unveil, what you're about to dive into. And the font was definitely important.
Okay. Um, oh my gosh. So I think this is the moment that we all have been waiting for. What do you think?
Yeah, let's
Think we
show
should
them.
give it to them?
Let's go ahead and give it to them.
Okay, let's see. Let's see.
She, she,
Ta-da!
Yeah,
Yeah!
that's the one right there.
So
That's it
this
right
is
there.
cracking the code.
Yeah.
What's the title again?
Cracking the code, 10 possible reasons you didn't get the job.
Wow. So we're gonna get a closer look at this cover here. Let me see if I
There
can
you
pull
go.
this off. So yes, this is cracking the code, you guys. 10 possible reasons you didn't get the job. This is definitely regal.
Mhm.
Definitely regal. And then you have the back cover of the book. It is amazing. I know you are probably still in the process of making some things happen,
Mhm.
but the book cover is absolutely, I love it. And so I can't wait because we can finally put it on our website now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So that was pretty dope. So people are going to want to know when they will be able to pre-order, but this book will be coming out in 2004, and we are going to at some point make that announcement as well.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it'll definitely be coming out this year. Still putting some finishing touches on it. I'm kind of like and you could tell when we were going through this book cover process, I'm kind of like a perfectionist a little bit. I like to pay attention to details. I was like, okay, I finished that chapter. I was like, nah, let me go back because I got to get the people this, because
Yes.
and and just if I can say one more thing about the book cover, when you see, the book cover, it was
Can I
very,
put it up? Can I
yeah,
put
yeah,
it up
go ahead.
again so people
Yeah,
can see?
yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
All
sure.
right. All right, tell us.
Yeah, so like when you see the book cover, I'm a first time author, right? I've never written a book. This is my first book, right? And it was important for me, at least for me, this is me personally. I wanted my face on my first book. That's just me.
That's meaningful.
Yeah. just because it took a long time to get here to be able to obtain all of this knowledge, for over a decade, to be able to get feedback from people that I've talked to, candidates that I've helped, get job offers, people that I've never even met before, help them get jobs, right? So, people that I've talked to, it just took a long time to get here. I want my family to be able to, have this book and say, that's my brother, that's my son, that's my cousin, that's my friend, you know what I mean? So that's what it was all about. I wanted to have my face on it. When you see the light, the truth, it's all about the truth coming to light. I'm putting everything that I've learned in this industry and in this game right in people's hands, right? Like I said, there's a lot that's going on about, like, information about job tips, job advice. A lot of it is true and it's spot on, but a lot of it, it's kind of some misinformation, right? And it could lead people astray. So I wanted to put everything in a book, and that's what it's all about: the truth coming to light, things being revealed, the code being cracked, right? And that's what it's all about. The book it's more than just a career guide. Again, there's going to be information in this book. There's going to be studies in this book, data to support all the things that I've experienced as a job seeker and, as more importantly, as a tech recruiter. There's going to be anecdotal stories. So it's somewhat biographical as well. Some personal
Wow.
stories that people who know me close, or like close friends in the industry, they was like, oh yeah, I was with Bobby when he talked about this, or I was sitting right next
Wow.
to him when he talked about this. So that's what the light in the industry represents. And I think that when I get feedback from people, all the podcasts I do, interviews I do, speaking engagements, I think it's safe to say humbly that I'm an authoritative voice in this particular sector. So I wanted to kind of read
Absolutely.
that way, like The Godfather, like Regal, right? That the I don't want to call myself the king, but the king is spoken, you
Come
know?
on, like, look, I think it's great to have that confidence in yourself, and you are humble, and I can tell that. Like, even the people on the team, we can tell you're humble. So it is okay to say I'm a professional. It is okay to say that, look, this is my experiences, this is what I've been doing, and I absolutely love it. And also the viewers, they love it as well. They're cheering you on. Elaine is here. STEM plug, he's here. Rich
Yeah,
Novated.
Rich, yeah,
Tawan, let me see. Jamal, and I hope I'm pronouncing everybody's name, okay? Because I don't want to butcher nobody's name.
yeah,
But everybody is so happy for you, and they love the book cover. And I think that when you put your face on your first book cover, it is very meaningful and profound. And I'm proud of you, and so is everyone else. So,
yeah.
job well
Thank
done.
you, thank you,
Yeah,
and
and
thank you all for all y'all support too, man. Like the designers were incredible. I didn't design it. I just kind of like, hey, this is my inspiration, and y'all went and did it. So thank you to you and the team as well.
yeah, and you actually had two graphic designers on the
Yeah,
on the ball fighting
yeah,
for it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Y'all
So,
treated me well. Yeah, y'all treated me well. So yeah,
yeah, wow. So it is an honor to have you a part of the She family. Again, I can't wait to finally post this cover and also have it on one of our banners now because
yeah,
you're allowing us to.
yeah.
Uh, but with that said, how can the viewers follow you and find you so that they can make sure that when it's time to get that pre-order, that they can get it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very active on LinkedIn. So you can find me on LinkedIn, Bobby McNeil. Just type in that. You can find me there. Also, you can follow my hashtag on LinkedIn, Bobby the Builder is actually right there. You can find me on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. It's just my name, my full name, Bobby McNeil Jr. I post often, industry advice, insights. I'll be doing speaking engagements, other podcasts, and things like that. And I will be using that as well to announce the book. So follow me there. Facebook, Bobby McNeil Jr. Those are the three main platforms you can find me on.
All right. Well, with that said, you guys, thank you for joining us today. This has been great, and I look forward to getting my copy from She Publishing LLC. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sure. You
All
got you.
right. Thank you. See ya.